Hello everyone, my name is Jeff, and this is the Chihayafuru Season 3, Episode 2 and 3 review. With me, as always, are Coby and Torie. Welcome to the show, guys.
That was a mouthful, man.
That was. There's a lot to say. Chihayafuru is such a tough title, 2 and 3. I mean, you're putting in a lot of work this week.
Yeah, so, I mean, they probably heard your critique last week, Coby, of the fact that you were going to be worried that the pacing was going to be all off with only one episode a week. So they give you 2 episodes this week.
2 episodes. I do want to talk about that, though, because part of that actually has me concerned for why they put out 2 episodes instead of 1. Hopefully there's just a simple reason for it. But going on Crunchyroll's website and not seeing this as like one of the shows that it has like up there as like advertised as being new, and the fact that they just dropped 2 episodes at once makes me think that it's not doing so well. They're just trying to get it out. That's my deep dark fear.
That's a weird way to do it, though. So they're just gonna like, just do 2 episodes every week from now on because it's not doing well. That's like
I'm sure they won't do that, but I just know in network TV and sometimes when like they have a certain episode order that they have to get through, but the show isn't doing well, but they're still contractually obligated to air the show. They do like back to back to like burn through the episode order quicker.
But why would they do that in the context of a streaming service? Because I can understand that from network television, because they could just use up that time slot for something else once it's done. But for streaming, I feel like there's no reason to do that.
Well, because this wasn't on a streaming service to begin with. I mean, when this airs in Japan, like first and foremost.
So you're saying because it's airing back to back in Japan on their network television, Crunchyroll has access to both episodes, so they're just going to stream both of them.
Yeah, so it's not Crunchyroll, it's wherever it's airing in Japan.
Yeah, it was just like, the first, that's just my fear. That's just completely unbased on anything, but that's just my fear because I still can't believe we have Chihayafuru back, and I don't want it to go away.
Okay, well, currently I'm looking at my anime list right now, and it's ranked number 137. So that's not too bad, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like, there's thousands of anime. It could be down in like the 500s or in the thousands, but it's,
Wait.
Although I don't really know what that ranking means. Popularity-wise, it's ranked number 2,318. So.
That's not a great number.
Its rank is 137 to the second power.
No, babe, that's the source.
Oh, that's the source?
That's
to the second power.
I was like, that's really bad. It's so bad they don't want to give us a full number.
Well, I
hope it's doing well.
Yeah, I hope it's doing well. But I mean, this is a show that has never really done well, as far as I can see. I mean, it's still considered a niche show. I don't really hear many people talking about it or singing its praises the way that we do. So I think it is still very niche.
Which makes you wonder why they brought it back at all. Like, what do you think? Like, why? There was no reason to. 6 years is a very long time to do this. I know we're hyped that it's back, but it's not, did manga sales suddenly spike? Did the creators just like, hey, I just really want to keep doing the show. Will you let me do it now? Were streaming numbers on Crunchyroll really high? Because I mean, I think there are a lot of reasons why it could happen. I'm just curious on what the actual one is.
I don't know. I wish I knew. My suspicion is the theory that the creators just wanted to do it, and there are fans for the show. There is like a niche, I guess, community that really likes it, and the people that do watch it really like it. It's kind of like maybe it's sort of a Young Justice situation. We always go back to that show, but like that show, I don't know how popular that show was, but I felt like the way Cartoon Network handled it, it might not have been as popular as it could have been or should have been.
Yeah.
And yet it came back. So maybe there is certainly a fan following, and I think that definitely helps with getting shows back. And I hope that there's a season 4, because then that would be 100 episodes, 100 cards, which would be great.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
so the episodes themselves,
yeah. Let's talk about the episodes. So Arata wants to make a team, and that's cool. We already kind of predicted that, I think, last season. The hints of that were dropped.
Yeah,
right.
And now he's on his path to actually do it. And just that whole episode itself, I really liked how it played with. It's tough watching both episodes back to back. I forgot what happens in what episode, but I felt like the first episode was all about kind of legacy and about like what you're leaving behind to play karuta, and how it's such a niche sport, especially through Arata's eyes and stuff. Like the world of, I think you mentioned, like the world of karuta is small. And it's up to people like him to make it bigger. And you have to show your passion for the sport in order to get the people around you actually invested in it to build up something great. And just the threat of it like not being around anymore is just an undercurrent for the show overall that I think the second episode did really well on highlighting, and it's something that I think it's just makes this show great about how it emphasizes that karuta is very niche, and without people like Arata and Chihaya and all those people who are really passionate about it, the sport would go away very easily.
Yeah, and this show does a really good job of intertwining that whole generational theme, and it's been doing that since the very beginning, but it hasn't explicitly done that till, I guess, the now, and a little bit in the end of last season, where it specifically goes into like how the current champion and queen don't have a master. They're just like so good that they don't even need a master. And if you don't have a master, that's bad, because then you don't have any motivation to teach. So there's no like gap, there's no bridge between the past and future generations in that way. But even from the very beginning, you know, Harada's been a part of the cast for a long time now. He's the sensei, and they always talk about the coaches. Or the coaches always get like a good amount of screen time, and you can see their influence on the teams and their rivalries between each other, and that kind of I guess kind of segues into what I think was really cool about these two episodes was that there's so many storylines going on between these two episodes. There's so many characters from past seasons, and they're all crammed into the room together. And yet the show is still managing to balance all the different character matches and giving everyone screen time and really highlighting everyone's attributes and the relationships between each other and their motivations and their developments that they've had since the last time we've seen them. You know, we've got Pseudo, we've got Yumin, who used to be a queen.
Or runner-up.
Runner-up. We even have the guy who was the runner-up to being the master.
Yeah, who got destroyed, yeah.
Even the little girl that Chihaya faced way back in season 1, she comes back. And she's a little bit older. We don't really see her say any lines, but she actually goes up against Harada, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and also you get to see the growth and progression of everyone. You know, this is Taichi's first tournament as a Class A player. This is Tomu's first tournament as a Class B player, and everyone's just supporting each other and progressing and just balancing all those spinning plates in the air. Is what I think one of the show's greatest strengths is. The fact that it can engage you on so many different threads at the same time, I think is really impressive.
Yeah. Torie, what do you think?
I agree. I think it does justice to each of our favorite characters and characters we don't even really care about, but we've gotten to know them and they've grown up with the game and with the season, so it's really nice. I was worried about the first episode of this season not living up to the past seasons. But these last two episodes really did it justice. It's back to its old roots again.
It really is and it really is amazing, just the fact when we get, because we're already in a tournament arc, which is great, but now this is a tournament where we really know all of the competitors. Like when it showed all the all the societies and then all the matchups, you're just like, wow, I actually know a lot about each of these people competing. And when you think about that, that's pretty amazing about how the show has kind of subtly weaved them into the story to make us care about them. But to like the point where it's just like, there's a lot of people we care about who could go all the way here. Like this is the first time we have a full sense of a tournament where you kind of are rooting for like everybody. Like there's not just the only unknown person that we just got is the mom, the one who has the good relationship with the past relationship with the coach. Mm-hmm. Just that she's like the only really new character that we've got, and even she's interesting and fascinating, and she's the next obstacle to face. So just they're still introducing new characters, exactly what you said, and paying service to all the past characters as well. So good on you, Chihayafuru.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed that they decided to add a new character. In some ways, for me, it feels like we're kind of approaching the end game of the show, even though they're only in their second year, and I know that they've got like one more full school year left. And potentially even the story could go on to college because of the fact that they foreshadowed that Arata might go to Tokyo for college. I don't know how far the manga is going, but if they were to, if this was just a full-on high school journey, I think that would be sufficient for my taste at least. But anyways, I mean, I guess it's been 3 seasons and we've seen all these characters progress so far that it feels like they've matured so much that we're close to the end, and yet here we still see a new character, a new rival. Like, as you said, I forgot the woman's name.
But either way, it's because it actually fits with the story, because these last 2 episodes are kind of about Chihara, what she wants. It revisits the idea of what Chihaya is going to do in the future, like after her career, because all she wants to do is play karuta. Can she play karuta when she's older? And then so she's up against somebody who it seems like retired, who has a job, who was in motherhood, and then decided to come back to it because she still has a passion for it. So it's really a great opponent for Chihaya to face next, given what her mindset is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's never too late.
Yeah. Or is it?
Or it's also never too early, because, you know, there was that kid that she's in the room with them during the tournament, and the kid that she faced in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
And we are right into a tournament arc, but after rewatching the first 2 seasons, I don't think this is that unusual. Even the first season, it was just like, you know, it took like, I don't know, maybe 5 episodes to get to the first tournament, which I think is still really quick. You know, it was like, boom, tournament arc. And then second season, I think it was pretty much as quick as season 3. It was just like, you know, 2 episodes to introduce these new characters, or 3 or 4, whatever, and then boom, we're in a tournament again. So yeah, hopping into tournaments so early, I think is great, because we just kind of go right into the action and go right into the meat of the show.
That's what we want to watch.
Yeah. People playing karuta. Mm-hmm. And then I just love the small moments, I guess, for all the characters. Like I liked Desdemona's arc, just how he had it all and then he lost it all. Like because of course, you know, he's in a new class, so he's right back at the bottom of everything. And so it was just a very sweet moment with him and Oni-chan. It was just nice overall. And then same with even though Porky didn't get a whole lot and he was out of the tournament pretty quickly, just the little bit of it was just like, I hope I wore him down just enough, like it's just as much as I could for you guys, like now continue on. It was just another nice moment. Even I almost teared up when at the beginning of episode 2 when Hanato, the first year girl, Hanano was just like, I'm going to win my tournament and I'm going to keep playing. I was like, oh, she's grown so much. I was like, why do I care so much? But just a lot of great little character moments from the main team.
Yeah, it does so much stuff going on, and yet the show is able to have those very intimate character moments. So it's just a great balance. I can sing the show's praises all day long for that ability to have these really great individual character moments and still have so much shit going on. And my favorite moment in particular, so Coby, when you asked me what my favorite moment of the show is, you already had my answer. My favorite moment of the show is when Arata and Taichi talk together. Well, actually, it's actually the interaction between Arata and Chihaya was really cool too. When Arata called Chihaya cute in that dress, that was adorable. Yeah. And then afterwards, I liked how she's all like, I'm gonna win every match in this. And then Arta's like, you better not lose then. I was like, yeah, I like this.
So cute. It's flirting.
I like it.
It is flirting.
And then Taichi and Arata talking together. I just thought it was like, it was an interesting tension. You know, Taichi is still on edge when it comes to Arata, because at first they're very friendly towards each other, and Arata is telling him about his strat, his memorizing strat. And Taichi's like, cool. There's so many things I wanna ask this guy. But then Arata is all like, well, I'm thinking of making a team. How was that? And instantly Taichi's tone changes, and instead of it being like a very supportive, like, oh, cool, man, you're making a new team, it's more like, oh, you know, you're confident that you're gonna be the master, huh? And then he walks away, and then he's instantly mad at himself, and it's just like, that's such a great stew of emotions and conflicts, you know, just built into that one little scene. And it's just so real too. It's just like, because, you know, I'm sure we've all been in those situations where we're kind of snarky with someone, and then we walk away and we're like, what the fuck, dude? That was uncalled for.
Especially right now, because Taichi is getting to the stage, I think what these episodes kind of prove is that, because now he's getting better, I think he's reevaluating why he plays this game overall, and he's starting to get that drive for himself that he wants to win. That's starting to really build in him, like, a lot. And I think just like with now, when he recognizes that Arata is like his big guy, is like his rival again, then it's just it brings all these emotions to the forefront that even he's not really sure about, you know, why they're happening. But it was fascinating. Exactly what he said. The fact that he's supportive, he's angry, and then he's mad at himself for being angry. It's such a complex beat where it could have just been like so simple on the surface, but they really mined that for depth, which was awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy about these 2 episodes. It's still Chihayafuru in every sense of the word, really.
Yeah.
Who's winning the tournament?
That's a good question.
How did we get down to the final? I forgot, the very last part. Did they all win their matches?
Yeah, I think so. So Suda won against what's her name? Rion. Yeah,
Rion.
And then I guess Harada wins against the little girl, and of course Chihaya wins. Of course Arata wins, and of course Taichi wins. Oh yeah, and I guess
has to be one more, right? Because wait, is Chihaya playing against? Did that match end? Did she beat the guy?
The girl, the pregnant girl.
Oh,
She
the mom.
obviously- the mom. She made it.
Yeah, Chihaya is definitely she's facing off against the maternity leave woman. And I guess one little detail, we briefly touched on it, but yeah, Chihaya finally has an answer on her like future, like what do you want to do with your life questionnaire, and her answer is a great one because it's like so obvious. It's one of those. It's kind of like the same. I had the same feeling with her answer as I did with Kana wanting to be a reader. It was like so obvious and yet surprising. It was just like it's like such a natural progression that of course that's what they should be when they grow up. And Chihaya's answer is she wants to be a high school teacher so that she can be a karuta advisor. And it's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense because she's already, she's already the coach or the team captain of her karuta club, and she loves karuta. And in being a high school karuta club advisor, she can continue to spread the love of the sport and even continue playing it herself if she wants to.
They hinted on that a little bit with her English teacher in class about like that little brief section about the 20 poems and stuff. Like she could be that guy. That was about what she's doing, hacking and coughing. But then what was that line? He had a great line about just like don't. You're the people who made it into their, like, who wrote, I guess they all wrote poems and 20 of them were selected to be like the best in the class. And even though the class laughed at them, the teacher was saying, for those of you who had good enough poems to get in, like creation is pain or something like that. Or just the pain that goes into creation is, whatever he said, it was a really good line.
Like basically like those who have resolved to create something, when you see other people's creations, be more lenient on them.
Yeah.
Like take it easy, because like it's basically like an empathy thing. Like how painful it is to make something and to share something, and then just have it shat on. So whenever you see something that someone else has created, you're more empathetic towards that. You can have more sympathy for it because you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird, because like this teacher who's like on the brink of death,
every
foot
time
in the grave, suddenly just busts out a nugget of wisdom. So it's like, you know what? Maybe this guy isn't so bad after all. And he didn't cough once while he said that, I don't think. Maybe towards the end he did, but
he was ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with the episode?
No. I mean, I liked it all around.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm just surprised. One, all the animation is still top notch. Like, I was afraid last episode, since they didn't show the match between Taichi and Chihaya, that the budget was down. It seems like it's still really fluid, still really pretty.
Ooh.
And they got almost all of the voice actors back, too.
Is Porky different?
I don't notice, to be honest.
Different.
Do you guys notice?
No, I don't notice. You think so?
He was the only one that I thought, like, he doesn't sound exactly the same, so that's what I'm not sure about. Because it is 6 years, so maybe he just got older.
Maybe. I know a couple of people died. I don't remember who, and they had to switch out the voices. But
didn't Haruta die? Like the main guy who did Haruta?
I think Haruta died.
Harada, you mean?
Haruta. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just amazing me how everyone's back. Even like people with so minor roles, like Pseudo-san, he's back.
Yeah. Speaking on to what you were saying about the effects, I really like the effect when Desk was like slapping his face and like multiple times, and like the handprint was like over the matches that he was like thinking about. I just thought that was a cool little effect. And
there is actually an OP and EP. Mm-hmm. We were worried about how maybe there won't be a new one, but there actually is one. And what do you guys think of those so far?
Opening is my least favorite of the three, but I actually really like the ending. Like I don't think I've ever really cared that much about the endings of these songs of the first two seasons, but I actually really like the ending of this one, but I don't like the opening very much. Yeah, the ending looks really cool. I just like how it starts out with like that
zoomed into the car, and then it just kind of slowly pans out, and then it kind of transitions, and you see everyone in their hakamas and all that, and then they're standing in the dark. Yeah, it's very stylish. And the OP, I would have to agree with you. I'm not too big on it, although I said the same thing with Season 2's OP, but I actually really liked Season 2's OP by the end of it. It just really grew on me, so maybe Season 3 can grow on me as well.
Torie?
I like it. It's nice and catchy. I like the animation. I like it better than Season 2 for the OP. And and the EP. EP is really nice too. I like the 3D cards as they come at you and you're like, whoa. And the music, I like the music for both of them. It's very catchy.
That
wasn't catchy.
That was terrible. Never do that again.
That was spot on. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah.
Well,
okay, well, I shared my favorite moment. What are your guys' favorite moments? Let's start with you, Torie.
I don't know. I kind of do like that same moment.
Okay.
Because it's so good. Ugh. So
anything with Arata is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
anything with
Torie
Arata and Taichi are really good.
Torie and I are Team Arata, by the way.
Oh, okay. Let me ask this question before we get your favorite moment, because I think that's more of an ending thing. Who do you guys think is gonna? Well, obviously Arata. I'm assuming is gonna be one of the last people or the final person. Who do you think is gonna verse Arata? Taichi or Chihaya?
I think it's gonna be Taichi.
I think it's gonna be Taichi too. No, I think it's gonna be Chihaya. I think it's gonna be Chihaya.
Oh, okay. Why do you think that?
Because at least up until the Masters match, and I don't know how far this manga or anime is gonna go, but this is the only time that Chihaya can be able to face Arata.
At least in this school year, right?
Yeah, at least in this year.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
I think it's gonna be Taichi because, he like we've been saying, like Coby's been saying, he's so intent on winning now, and really, he needs to overcome basically his feelings when it comes to facing Arata, because I think that's probably one of his last hang-ups, and I think he just needs to encounter that and maybe overpass. I don't know if he'll overgrow it or get past it. Maybe this will be his first of perhaps many matches going forward against Arata. But I think that this first contact between the two of them will be very revealing. And of course, Arata will wipe the floor with Taichi, but it'll be a very humbling lesson for Taichi, and maybe he'll learn a lot from it too.
Okay, Coby, which one? You're the tiebreaker.
I can't answer because I think I remember this.
You actually know because you.
I think I actually know. I read the manga a little bit, a while ago. So I'd say I can't say for certain that I absolutely remember about what happens, but it's because it could be another tournament or it could be down the line. But it's just being I think that I know. I don't want to answer just in case it influences.
That's fair. I will say it will be sweet if Taichi and Arata face each other in this round, and then they face each other again at the Masters round, and you get to see how both of them,
changed,
how much they progressed.
Even though the tournaments are basically weeks apart from each other.
Yeah. But still, in episodes time, that's 10 episodes down the line.
It's forever.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, Coby, favorite moment.
I'm gonna give it to my main man Destimo when Oni-chan came up to him and
he was crying.
Oh yeah,
and he's crying and she was crying too because she's like, I came to watch you because you said you were gonna win, so I wanted to support you. And then when he realizes it's not just for himself, he has other people wondering what he's gonna be doing too. It's just a sweet moment between the two of them.
By the way, Kana had her hand on the small of Dusk's back. Ooh.
Ship 'em.
I wouldn't mind that.
I mean, it's obvious they're gonna be,
And Porky gets no one. Or maybe he gets Hanano, maybe?
Maybe.
What about Scuba? To Scuba.
Oh, we haven't seen much of that guy, have we? He's still
just had the thing of just I'm gonna win the tournament, I'm gonna become master. And you had Kana saying you're not better, you're worse.
How come he didn't come to the tournament and cheer them on?
Was he not there? I don't recall.
They didn't show him.
Oh, I don't remember seeing him.
Wasn't he in the tournament? I thought he was in the Class D section.
No, the one that they're in now is only
Class A. Oh, it's just a Class A B. All right, yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. All right, well, anything else before we sign off?
Nope.
I love the show.
All right, Coby, would you like to sign us off?
Sure, you've been listening to this on Nerd Place. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Give us a comment and talk about Chihayafuru. Tell us your favorite moments and just how happy you are the show's back, moments you didn't like, all that fun stuff. We want to talk to you guys. Go ahead and check out the rest of our channel. We do reviews of a lot of shows. We were doing one about Fire Force, but we stopped because Chihayafuru came back, and we liked that show way much more. We also have a podcast called Anime Ricochet, where two dudes who know nothing about sports talk about sports anime. Oh, and if you like Chihayafuru, be sure to check out the video we have about Chihayafuru that Jeff did. That's amazing. Go check that out.
All right, thanks,
And,
guys.
Yeah, thanks.
See ya.
all.
Bye.
Bye.